Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Minnesota Mike back with you for another video. This is another live stream, and this is an annual one that we do, or that I do. Uh, it's just me. But this is celebrating the greatest album of all time, and I just got done listening to it. I lost track of time earlier this evening, so I was about a minute late here, but we are celebrating 51 years of Blood on the Tracks. And I was, talking to my mom about this the other day that, like, because I love talking about Bob Dylan and I love kind of messing with people and just, like, kind of rage baiting him because I'll be like, "Oh, Dylan has a great voice," and I think he does have a great voice, but it just makes people so mad. And so at first, when I started referring to this as the greatest album of all time, it was kind of just to make people mad. But then after a while, I'm like, actually, though, it is. And there are some people who are like, "Well, I think Blonde on Blonde is better," or whatever. And I'm like, if you want to argue another Dylan album, I'm fine with that. But seriously, Blood on the Tracks has always been my favorite, and has a strong case for being the best album ever made. So we're going to celebrate it today, as I do every year, and as we do, I suppose, the we is collective, even though I'm the one playing it. But if you're tuning in, of course, Um, that is interesting you. So anyway, give me just 1 second. I gotta make sure. There we go. That vinyl was still spinning, and that was driving me crazy. So, like I said, in my mind, this is the greatest album of all time, and it starts off with the greatest story ever told, and that is Tangled Up in Blue. So this is Tangled Up in Blue. I hope you enjoy it. Early one morning the sun was shining and I was laying in bed, wondering if she changed at all, if her hair was still red. Her folks, they said our lives together sure are gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress, Papa's banquet wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, headed out for the East Coast. Lord knows I played some dues getting through, tangled up in blue. I had a job in the wind. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could and abandoned it out west. Split it up on a dark, sad night, both agree, and it was best. She turned around and looked at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue, tangled up in blue. I had a job in the great northern woods, working as a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I lucky was to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside the Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, the mast was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She She was working in a topless place, and I stopped in for a bit. I just kept looking at the side of her face and the spotlight so clear. Then later on, as the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in the back of my chair, said, "Tell me, don't I know your name?" I muttered something underneath my breath. She studied the lines on my face. I must admit I felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoe, tangled up in blue. She lit a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought you'd never say hello, she said, you look like a silent type. Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true and glow like burning coal, pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul from me to you, tangled up in blue. Yeah, I lived with them on Montague Street in the basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night, revolution in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves and something inside of him died. She had to sell everything she owned and she froze up inside. And when it finally the bottom fell out, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. So now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All the people we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it all got started, I don't know what they do with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point of view, tangled up in blue. All right, and that was Tangled Up in Blue. Like I said, kicking off Blood on the Tracks. I'm going to get tuned a little bit better here. All right, there we go. Cool. So yeah, that was Tangled Up in Blue. You guys probably know this by now since I do this every single year, but that is a song that I heard when I was like 4 years old, and something about it just stuck out to me. It was unlike anything I had ever heard. You know, he was talking about his shoe. That also intrigued me. But, even then, it was just like there was something about it. And, I didn't get all the nuances. I still don't get all the nuances. But just a fabulous, fabulous song. And like I said, in my mind, the greatest story ever told. So with that said, this next track is one that even though Tangled Up in Blue is the greatest story ever told, this particular one is the one that I tend to relate to the most, quite unfortunately. But this is a song called Simple Twist of Fate, and I hope you enjoy it. They sat together in the park as the evening sky grew dark. She looked at him and he felt a spark tingle to his bones. 'Twas then he felt alone. and wish that he'd gone straight and watched out for a simple twist of fate. They walked along by the old canal, a little confused, I remember well, and stopped into a strange hotel with a neon burning bright. He felt the heat of the night hit him like a freight train, moving with a simple twist of fate. A saxophone someplace far off played as she was walking on by the arcade. As the light bust through a beat-up shade where he was waking up, she dropped a coin into the cup of a blind man at the gate and forgot about a simple twist of fate. He woke up, the room was bare. He didn't see her anywhere. He told himself he didn't care and pushed the window open wide. Felt an emptiness inside to which he just could not relate. Brought on by a simple twist of fate. He hears the ticking of the clocks and walks along with a parrot that talks. He hunts her down by the waterfront docks where the sailors all come in. Maybe she'll pick him out again. How long must he wait? One more time for a simple twist of fate. People tell me it's a sin to know and feel too much within. I still believe she was my twin, but I lost the ring. She was born in the spring, but I was born too late. Blame it on a simple twist of fate. All right, and that was Simple Twist of Fate. There are so many good lines in that song, but the last two stanzas, the last two verses, just always get to me. He hears the ticking of the clocks and walks along with the parrot that talks. Hunts her down by the waterfront docks where the sailors all come in. Maybe she'll pick him out again. How long must he wait once more for a simple twist of fate? I just think that's phenomenal because there's kind of this sentiment that if you have a good relationship going and then it ends, then it's like, okay, when is it ever going to be like this again? And you don't miss the person necessarily, but you miss the way it feels. And that to me is what that's all about, of like how long must I wait for somebody to you know choose me. That's something that I relate to quite a bit. And if you tuned in to my Love is a Choice live stream in October, you know exactly why. And then people tell me it's a sin to know and feel too much within. I still believe she was my twin, but I lost the ring. She was born in the spring, but I was born too late. Blame it on a simple twist of fate. Now, I go back and forth with a friend of mine, my friend Pete, because he's like, there's no way that this is about Sarah Dillon because the timeline doesn't match up. Dylan has said that this isn't even autobiographical. And one, argument for that is that at least this song probably wasn't about Sarah or at least fully about her, because she was born in November. And the only reason why I know that is because he has a line in a song of his called Sarah, which I'm thinking is probably about Sarah Dillon, and that refers to her as a Scorpio Sphinx in a calico dress, which is a phenomenal line. Anyway, she was born in the spring, but I was born too late. It's so good. Just the idea of like, hey, it was too late for us. Right person, wrong time kind of thing. But as you can tell, like I said, this is the one that I relate to the most out of all of the songs on Tangled Up in Blue, and maybe all of Dylan's songs just to begin with. But this next song is called You're a Big Girl Now. And I love referencing this song because it's really easy to say in a non-sarcastic manner of, she's a big girl now or whatever. That's for anybody who I've said that to, this is what I'm referring to. So this is You're a Big Girl Now, and I hope you enjoy it. The conversation was short and sweet. It nearly swept me off of my feet, and I'm back in the rain. Oh, and you are on dry land. You made it there somehow. You're a big girl now. But on the horizon, sitting on a fence, he's singing his song for me at his own expense. And I'm just like that bird, singing just for you. I hope that you can hear me singing through these tears. Time is a jet plane, it moves too fast. Oh, but what a shame if all we shared cannot last. I can change, I swear. Oh, see what you can do. I can make it through. You can make it too. Love is so simple, to quote a phrase. You've known it all this time, I'm learning it these days. Oh, I know where I can find you. Oh, in somebody's room. It's the price I have to pay. You're a big girl all the way. A change in the weather is known to be extreme. But what's the sense of changing horses in midstream? I'm going out of my mind. Oh, with a pain that stops and starts, like a corkscrew to my heart. Ever since we've been apart. All right, and that was You're a Big Girl Now. Like I said, by Bob Dylan. All of these songs are because we are celebrating 51 years of Blood on the Tracks. I've been doing some sort of tribute for about 6 years now. I did one on the Pass the Mic radio hour my senior year of college, which was 11 years ago. How about that? But anyway, I did that, and then I started kind of playing it, and learning the songs a handful of years ago as well. So, last year was the big one, but I've been doing it every year. And it's worth celebrating every year because it's just so phenomenally good. So this next one, I'll just keep this brief, but this next one is Idiot Wind, and there are twinges of this song and the last one, the Bird on the Horizon line. And the song I Only Want to Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish. And Dylan actually got named a co-writer because of that. I think it was preventative. But because it essentially sampled a line from Idiot Wind. It lifted a song from Idiot Wind. And I Only Want to Be With You right from the first verse. But anyway, it's such a terrific song. So this is Idiot Wind, and I hope you enjoy it. Someone's got it in for me. They're planning stories in the press. Whoever it is, wish they cut it out quick, but when they will, I can only guess. They say a shot a man named Greg took his wife to Italy. She inherited $1 million, and when she died, it came to me. I can't help it if I'm lucky. People see me all the time, and they just can't remember how to act. Their minds are filled with tears, images, and distorted facts. Even you yesterday had asked me where I was at. I couldn't believe after all these years you didn't know me better than that, sweet lady. Idiot wind, blowing every time you move your mind, blowing down the mangrove setting sun. Idiot wind, blowing every time you move your teeth. You're an idiot, babe. It's a wonder that you still know how to breathe. I ran into the fortune teller who sent me away, lightning that might strike. I haven't known peace and quiet for so long, I can't remember what it smoke pouring out of a boxcar door. You didn't know and didn't think it could be done. In the final, and he won the wars after losing every battle. I woke up on the roadside, daydreaming about the way things sometimes are. Visions of your chestnut mare shoot through my head and are making me see stars. You were the one that I love best and cover up the truth with lies. One day you're making a dish, lies buzzing around your eyes, blood on your saddle. It is wind blowing through the flowers on your tomb, blowing through the curtains in your room. It is wind blowing every time you move your teeth. You're an idiot, babe. It's a wonder that you still know how to breathe. It was gravity which pulled us down, and destiny which broke us apart. You tamed the lion in my cage, but it just wasn't enough to change my heart. Now everything's a little upside down. It's a matter of when the winds have stopped. What's bad is good, what's good is bad. You'll find out when you reach the top. You're at the bottom. I noticed in the ceremony your corrupt ways have only made you blind. I can't remember your face anymore. Your mouth has changed, your eyes don't look into mine. Memories were blank on the seventh day and watched stone raise while the building burned. I waited for you on the running boards near the cypress trees while the springtime turned slowly into autumn. It wind blowing like a circle around my skull, from the Grand Gully Dam to the capital. It wind blowing every time you move your teeth. Isn't it, babe? It's a wonder that you still know how to breathe. I can't feel you anymore. I can't even touch the books you read. Every time I romanced your door, I've been wishing I was somebody else instead. Down the highway, down the tracks, down the road to ecstasy, I followed you beneath the stars, out in my own memory, and now your raging glory. I've been double-crossed now for the very last time, and now it seems that I'm finally free. I kissed goodbye the howling beast on the borderline which separated you from me. You'll never know that I suffered nor the pain I rise above, and I'll never know the same about you, your holiness or your kind of love, and it makes me feel so sorry. It wind blowing through the buttons of our coats, blowing through the letters that we do wrong. It wind blowing through the dust upon our shelves. We're idiots, babe. It's a wonder we can even feed ourselves. All right, and that was Idiot Wind, my favorite diss track. There are kind of conflicting quotes in terms of how Joni Mitchell feels about Bob Dylan, but there's a quote of hers that's talking about positively Fourth Street and how after she heard that, she was like, "Wow, I didn't know you could say that in a song," and that's kind of how Idiot Wind was for me. It's just this weird balance of it's so poetic, but it's also like just a vicious takedown. Uh, so it's like eloquent, but also at the same time just like very fiery. Um, and it's just terrific. That was one of the ones that he re-recorded back in Minneapolis in late 1974, kind of at the last minute. And uh, the original version, the New York version, is even darker than that one, which is just one of my favorite things ever. So speaking of not that, I texted my mom before the show came on, and I told her, I said, if you're looking for a pick me up, tune in for track five and then tune right back out. Um, and same goes for you guys out there. Anybody else who needs a pick me up? This is the happiest song on the album, and it closes out side one. This is You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When You Go. I see love on my door. It's never been this close before. Never been so easy or so slow. Been shooting in the dark too long, and something's not around and it's wrong. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Dragging clouds so high above, I've only known careless love. It's always hit me from below. This time around it's more correct, right on tongue and so direct. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Purple clover, Queen Anne's lace, crimson hair and glossy face. You can make me cry if you don't know. I can't remember what I was thinking of. You might be spoiling me too much love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. Flowers on the hillside moving crazy. Crickets talking back and rolling around. Blue river running slow and lazy. I could stay with you forever, but never realize the time. Situations have ended sad, relationships have all been bad. Mine have been like a lane and rainbow. But there's no way I can compare all those scenes to this affair. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm doing. Spending all my time around you. You're gonna make me wonder what I'm thinking. You're gonna make me give myself a good talking to. I'll look for you in Honolulu, San Francisco, Ashtabula. You're gonna have to leave me now, I know. But I'll see you in the stars above, in the tall grass and the ones I love. You're gonna make me lonesome when you go. All right, and that was You're Gonna Make Me Lonesome When You Go, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the longest song on the album by song title. The actual longest song is coming up, believe it or not. It's not Idiot Wind. Um, Actually, I'll double check on that. I think track seven is a little bit longer, but I will double check. Next up, we have Meet Me in the Morning, which is a nice little blues song with some assistance on lead guitar from Eric Weisberg, I believe is his name, of Dueling Banjos fame. He could not be reached when I told him I was doing this. Um, Same with Bob. I don't know. wearing a shirt and everything. Just some people. But anyway, this is Meet Me in the Morning, and I hope you enjoy. Meet me in the morning, 56th and Wabasha. Meet me in the morning, 56th and Wabasha. Honey, we could be in Kansas by the time the snow begins to thaw. They say the darkest hour is right before the dawn. They say the darkest hour is right before the dawn. But you wouldn't know it by me. Every day's been darkness since you've been gone. Little rooster crowing, there must be something on his mind. Little rooster crowing, there must be something on his mind. Well, I feel just like that rooster. Honey, you treat me so unkind. The birds are flowing low, babe. Honey, I feel so exposed. Well, the birds are flying low, babe. Honey, I feel so exposed. Well, now I ain't got any matches, and the station doors are closed. Well, I struggled through the barbed wire, felt the hail fall from above. Well, I struggled through the barbed wire, felt the hail fall from above. Well, you know I even outran the hound dogs. Honey, you know I've earned your love. Look at the sun sinking like a ship. Look at the sun singing like a ship. Ain't that just like my heart, babe? when you kissed my lips. All right, and that was Meet Me in the Morning. Like I said, the sixth track, first on the second side of Blood on the Tracks, which turns 51 today. So we are playing all of those songs that wound up on the final album. Sometimes I play, some outtakes and whatever, but not this year. I just decided to do the standard edition. And so we are going to get to Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts. And after we do, I will take a quick break and look up to see which one is longer, this song or Idiot Wind. So we know for sure, because I know that was bugging you guys from earlier. Not me, but I'm doing it for you guys. So this is Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts. The festival was over and the boys were all planning for a fall. The cabaret was quiet except for all the drilling in the wall. The girl you had lifted and the gambling was shut down. Anyone with any sense had already left town. He was standing on the doorway looking like the Jack of Hearts. He moved across the mirror room, set it up for everyone, he said. Then everyone commenced to do what they were doing before it took their heads. He walked up to a stranger and asked him with a grin, "Could you kindly tell me, friend, what time the show begins?" Then he moved into the corner, face down like the Jack of Hearts. Backstage, the girls were playing fine cards, stood by the stairs. Lily had two queens, she was hoping for a third to match her pair. Outside, the streets were filling up, the window was open wide. A gentle breeze was blowing, you could feel it from inside. Lily called another bet and she drew up the Jack of Hearts. Big Jim was no one's fool, he owned the town's only diamond mine. He made his usual entrance, looking so dandy and so fine. With his bodyguards and silver mane and every hair in place, he took whatever he wanted to and laid it on the place. But his bodyguards and silver cane were no match for the Jack of Hearts. Rosemary combed her hair and she took a carriage into town. She slipped in through the side door, looking like a queen without a crown. She fluttered her false eyelashes and whispered in his ear, "Sorry, darling, that I'm late," but he didn't seem to hear. He was staring into space over at the Jack of Hearts. I know I've seen that face before, Big Jim was thinking to himself. Maybe down in Mexico, or a picture of him on somebody's shelf. But then the ground began to stamp their feet and the house lights did dim. And in the darkness of the room there was only Jim and him, staring at the butterfly who just drew the Jack of Hearts. Lily was a princess, she was fair-skinned and precious as a child. She did whatever she had to do, and she had that certain flash when she smiled. She came away from a broken home and lots of strange affairs with men in every walk of life which took her everywhere. But she never met quite anyone like the Jack of Hearts. The hanging judge came in unnoticed and he was being blinded and died. The drilling in the wall kept up, but no one seemed to pay it any mind. It was known all around that Lily and Jim's ring, and nothing would ever come between Lily and the king. No, nothing would ever, except maybe the Jack of Hearts. Rosemary started drinking hard and seeing her reflection in the night. She was tired of the attention, tired of playing the role of Big Jim's wife. She had done a lot of bad things, even once tried suicide. Was looking to do one just good deed before she died. She was gazing to the future, riding on the Jack of Hearts. Lily washed her face, took her dress off and buried it away. As your love run out, she laughed at him. Well, I guess you must have known it would someday. Be careful not to touch the wall, there's a brand new note made. I'm glad to see you're still alive and looking like a saint. Down the hallway, footsteps were coming for the Jack of Hearts. The backstage manager was pacing all around in his chair. There's something funny going on, he said, I can just feel it in the air. He went to get the hanging judge, but the hanging judge was drunk. As the leading actor hurried on by the costume of a monk. There was no actor anywhere better than the Jack of Hearts. Lily's arms were locked around the man that she dearly loved to touch. She forgot all about the man she couldn't stand who hounded her so much. I miss you, so she said to him, and she felt it was sincere. But just beyond the door, he felt jealousy and fear. Just another night in the life of the Jack of Hearts. No one knew the circumstance, but they say it happened pretty quick. The door to the dressing room burst open and a cold revolver clicked. And Big Jim was standing there, you couldn't say surprise. Rosemary right beside him, steady in her eyes. She was with Big Jim, but she was leaning to the Jack of Hearts. 2 doors down, the boys had finally made it through the wall and cleaned out the bank safe and said they got off with quite a haul. In the darkness by the river they waited on the ground for one more member who had business back in town. But they couldn't go no further without the Jack of Hearts. The next day was hanging day, the sky was overcast and black. Big Jim covered up and killed by a penknife in the back. And Rosemary on the gallows, she didn't even blink. The hanging judge was sober, he hadn't had a drink. The only person on the scene missing was the Jack of Hearts. The cabaret was empty now, a sign said closed for repair. Lily had already taken all of the dye out of her head. She was thinking about her father, who she really saw, thinking about Rosemary and thinking about the law. But most of all, she was thinking of the Jack of Hearts. All right, and that was Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts. So, as promised, let's take a look and see which one is longer between that and Idiot Wind. I will tell you in just a second. I am almost positive that Idiot Wind is 8 minutes and 50 seconds. And if that's the case, no, 7:48. And Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts is 8:51. So that is that. And Lily, Rosemary, and the Jack of Hearts, therefore, is the longest song on the album. So next up, we're going to talk about and play If You See Her, Say Hello. So this song, I've always really loved this song, and it's a weird like set of associations that I have with it, but I just love the idea, even though I don't know it's right this way. I love the idea in it of I always have respected her for doing what she did and getting free. I think that's a really cool idea. And there's just a melancholy feel to it. A little bit of loathing, but a little bit of, a little bit more loathing, I guess would be the way to put it. But like I said, I've always loved this song. And then 3 years ago, now 4 years ago, actually, I was watching How I Met Your Mother, and there's an episode, one of the last episodes, and it was a very controversial one because people figured out that something had maybe happened to the mother with that particular episode. But it closes with If You See Her, Say Hello, and it's just so well done. Great use of the song. Just the right vibe that they needed, and so that was really cool. But anyway, this is If You See Her, Say Hello, and I hope you enjoy it. If you see her, say hello. She might be intention. She left near last early spring, is living there I hear. Say one minute I'm alright, though things are kinda slow. She might think I've forgotten her. Don't tell her it isn't so. We ain't falling out like lovers sometimes do, but to think of how she left that night, it hurts me through and through. In a situation, it pierced me to the bone. I gotta find someone to take her place. I don't like to be alone. I see a lot of people as I make the rounds, and I hear a name here and there as I go from town to town. And I've never gotten used to it. I've just learned to turn it off. Either I'm too sensitive, or else I'm getting soft. Sundown, yellow moon, I replay the past. I know every scene, but they all went by so fast. And if she's passing back this way, no, she's still on my mind. Tell her she can look me up if she's got the time. All right, and that was If You See Her, Say Hello. Mix of lyrics that he's used over the years, in addition to the one that was actually on the album. So this next one is called Shelter from the Storm. And this one, I forgot to mention that the other two songs that I sometimes play, Shelter from the Storm, it shares a tune with a song of Dylan's called Up to Me. And then Meet Me in the Morning, it was Call Letter Blues. That was an early draft of that. And so that is that, but I'm going to play Shelter from the Storm. And I hope you enjoy it. 'Twas in another lifetime, one of toil and blood, when blackness was a virtue and the road was full of mud. I came in from the wilderness, hungry to want her more. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. And if I pass this way again, you can rest assured I'll always do my best for her, and then I'll give my word. In a world of steel and nothing, man, nobody can give warm. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Not a word was spoken between us, there was little risk involved. Everything I knew that morning been left unresolved. Try imagining how we swear and so we sing and walk. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. I was burned out from exhaustion, buried under hand, poison in the bushes and blown out on the trail. Honey like a crocodile ravaged in the corn. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Suddenly I turned around and she was standing there, with silver bracelets on her wrists and flowers in her hair. And she walked me so gracefully into my ground and thorns. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Now there's a wall between us, something has been lost. I took too much for granted, I got my signals crossed. Just to think that I'll be getting under for more. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Where the deputy walks on hard nails and the preacher rides a mile. But nothing really matters much, it's still the love that counts. In a one-eyed undertaker, he blows a funeral. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. I heard newborn babies wailing like a morning dove, and no man with broken teeth, stranger without love. Do I understand your question, man? Is it open and follow? Come in, she said, I'll give you. In a little hilltop village, and with my clothes, I'm mugging for salvation, they gave me a lethal dose. I offered up my innocence and I remained with scorn. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Well, I'm living in a foreign country, but I'm bound to cross the line. Beauty walks the razor's edge, someday I'll make it mine. Yeah, like an only night back, but like no winter and God will born. Come in, she said, I'll give you the shelter of the storm. All right, and that was "Shelter from the Storm." I love having lyrics from the Bob Dylan website because it shows you when the last time he played it was. And some of these I've seen, like All Along the Watchtower. I saw him play that over the summer. Um, and Dylan's 85th birthday is coming up in May, so you'll probably hear my version. But anyway, that one, you look at some of these and he hasn't played them, but a handful of times. And this one, he's actually played 376 times, Shelter from the Storm, believe it or not. So that's pretty wild. The last one was about 11 years ago in July of 2015. But man, oh man, what a good song. So next up, we're going to close this out with Buckets of Rain. I got the song stuck in my head earlier today, and I know I was having a good day. So probably wasn't that. It's probably just the fact that it's January 20th, and this closes out just a terrific album, the greatest of all time. In fact, and so the thing that I love about using this as an album closer is that it comes to zero resolve, right? So, like Shelter from the Storm, I always thought that was the last track, and then I really dove into it, and I was like, oh shoot, he ends on a sour note, or kind of sour note, but more just like acceptance, the end of the grieving process. And so that has basically informed every single one of my concept albums there, although I try to, have some closure to it. But if I don't, I know it's not a big deal because it's going to end, maybe something like this if I'm lucky. So this is Buckets of Rain, and I hope you enjoy. Buckets of tears, got all them buckets coming out of my ears, buckets of blue names in my hand. You got all the love, maybe I can stand. I've been making all I can know to see pretty people mess with me like smoke. Friends will arrive and friends will disappear. If you want me, honey, baby, I'll be. I like your smile and your fingertips. I like the way that you move your lips. I like the cool way that you look at me. Everything about you is bringing me misery. Little red wagon, little red bike. I ain't no monkey, but I know what I like. I like the way you love me strong and slow. Taking you with me, honey, baby, when I Life is sad, life is a bust. All you can do is do what you must. You do what you must do, and you do it well. I do it all for you, honey, maybe can't you tell? All right, and that was Buckets of Rain closing out the greatest album of all time, Blood on the Tracks by Bob Dylan, which was released 51 years ago today, January 20th, is always such a good day in that regard, at least. Sometimes it's not if a certain president is being inaugurated, but, in this regard, this is the best of January 20th. Absolutely. So I'm Minnesota Mike. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you check out all of my other videos and all of that good stuff right here on YouTube. Thank you so much.